We have no audio.
Uh, uh, uh. Day and night, the lonely loner seems to free his mind at night, at night.
Y'all, it's one of them afternoons that just make you want to say, Squidward, if you know what I'm talking about. But y'all tuned in to Day and Night. I'm your host, Quentin Metcalf, and I'm here with
Alexis Folks.
and we got a show coming up for y'all. Not only is it the last show, but it's gonna be the best one, right?
Right. We got a lot coming up for them.
We
Yeah.
do. It's a packed show. It's a stack show.
It is
I'm
a
not a
stack
rapper, but that
All right,
just happened to
enough.
rhyme.
That's enough.
You know,
Yeah, no,
you
that's
know what I
enough.
mean?
That's too much.
I just gotta give them. We gotta make this intro a little longer. This is the last time we're gonna be able to greet our fans.
Yeah.
But
Let's meet our online host first before you continue all this,
God.
because we have some really great online hosts. So, Lazarus, how are you doing today?
I'm good in yourself. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, since you say he said he want to make it a little longer. Let's introduce one of my first online hosts, my big brother in arms, Gary Raposa.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'll keep this simple and just say, let's have a good show.
Absolutely. This the finale. And last but not least, our anchor, Josh Marlin.
Hey, what's going on, Laz? Hey, feels good to be back. You know, it's a little sad that it's the last one, but let's make it a good one.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know they say they want to make it a little long, so let's throw it back to the studio and see what they got to say.
yeah, like we said, it's gonna be a good show. And you wasn't supposed to be here right now,
I wasn't supposed to be here right now, but I'm here.
but you're here.
But I'm
That's
here,
all that
so
matters. So you could give your intro for what
right.
we gonna get into from right here.
You're right. We're gonna talk a little bit about. We have a sad little topic to start on. It's about our athletics being shut down and an
R.I.P.
end of an era. So let's go take a look at that, and then we'll take a step back here. It's the final season for Academy of Art University Athletics. After years of competition, training, and building a tight community, this marks the end of the road. Athletes are still showing up every day, whether that's in the gym, training room, or on the field, determined to finish strong. Members are doing everything they can to support athletes mentally and physically through this final stretch and finding new places to go.
To help the athletes through this difficult transition, through RU closing down, we just have to keep supporting them, whatever they need in terms of if they're going to transfer or to graduate and want to go to play somewhere else. Just help them, for me as an athletic trainer, keep their bodies ready for wherever they want to go next.
It's been encouraging to still see the athletes come in and want to put in extra work. I was a little worried not knowing whether kids would just stop or, really not want to try anymore.
Although the emotions run high, so does the pride for representing RU. For these athletes, it's about cherishing every rep, every game, and every moment with teammates who have become like family. So as the end approaches, they continue to make this last chapter count. Quite a sad little thing, a little closure here.
That was sad. I'm a grown man, but that still almost made me shed a tear.
Sad that it's a little bit of a closure here, but glad we were a part of it, glad we could be a part of it.
Facts.
Yeah. Lazarus, what do you have, or what do you think about it?
It kind of took me by surprise, to be honest. Look, I have a question for you. So when did you first hear the information or the news on the sports were closing?
We actually got an email that everything had been canceled, all practices, things like that, and that we
Like
had
3
to.
weeks ago, right?
Yeah, and that we had to be at a meeting. We got it on a Thursday, and the meeting was Friday morning. So I kind of figured something was coming up because they canceled everything. But yeah, that's how. And then we found out the next morning that all athletics were closed.
Yeah, that got to be devastating for sure. I think they should have gave y'all ample more time. At least they knew this decision had to be coming more than 3 weeks. But speaking on that, let's head to Josh because it affected him as well. Well, I see that. I guess a lot more things got cut besides sports.
We lost a couple packages in the mix. Look, a couple stories.
Stories, a
They,
couple
they got
stories.
mixed up. They got mixed up.
But don't worry, we're figuring
We
it out.
finding them though.
We finding them. We're good.
Absolutely. Well, let's head to Isaiah and see what he got going on.
Yeah, let's.
When looking for a haircut, there's a lot of barbershops around the city of San Francisco. The barbershops that seems like everybody like is the Metropolitan Barbershops located on Bush Street. Let's take a look inside. Inside the shop, there are a lot of pictures and a very authentic look they have. People can come in, watch TV, listen to tunes, and even have a good time sitting down, waiting for their turn.
I usually use the Wall Seniors or the Andes AGBs.
As you can see, there are different types of clippers that the barber can work with. People have so many different types of hairstyles, you just have to know which one.
I gotta take what I can. They can make me look not super grabby. He's been taking his time though, but it's nice and warm and comfortable. Super physically uncomfortable. Like, that belly poking out. Yeah. That's a typical cut, fade. Usually takes about a half an hour, and now we're on to the next one.
I walk past that barbershop every day, and he seems like he have a lot of clients, so I felt like it was okay to do. But don't go nowhere. We got a lot of stories coming up right after this commercial.
The Super Bowl, one of America's biggest sporting events.
Dope.
That's
Wow.
Perfect temperature, perfect taste. Ember, the world's first temperature control mug.
Day and night, the lonely loner seems to free his mind at night, at night.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope y'all had a good little break. We still got a couple more stories for y'all.
We do. We have some very interesting ones next.
Yeah, we do. And I hope it don't seem like we rushing through this. And if we are, we got a story coming up. My fault. We got a story coming up about not hustling, just taking your time and enjoying the moment. So let's take a look at that right quick.
When I was young, I played Pokemon, and my starter was Squirtle. He got clapped a few times, sure, but eventually, he turned into an absolute unicorn. Gangnam Style. Kind of like life. Life hits you from all angles. Work, relationships, the chaos of the world. But sometimes the best move isn't going on the offensive, it's endurance.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Challenges are basically life's version of taxes, unavoidable and confusing. But those same challenges, they shape us. We are constantly bombarded with hustle culture, especially here in the US. If you are not grinding 24/7, it feels like you're failing. Whenever I see my peers celebrating milestones I haven't reached yet, I remind myself to take a walk, reassess what success means to me. And every time, it grounds me back to reality, what's important to me. So I'll ask you, what really matters to you? In a world obsessed with instant success, remember, slow and steady isn't a weakness, it's wisdom. Real growth takes time. Shell up, stay solid, keep moving forward.
That was a great story. We are here actually with Anwar himself, so it's great to have you here in the studio with us today.
It's very nice to be here. Thank you, Alexis.
Yes, sir.
I have a quick question for you. How do you, when things get crazy, when things get like too much, those milestones, how do you slow down? How do you take that break?
That's a great question, Alexis. I think slowing down for me is like taking a hike. That way I can like organize my thoughts, take off the knots that's bothering me internally and emotionally, whatever. And just take things slow. Hikes is my thing. What about you?
I would say mine are like walks. Like I just like to go outside. I like to just like, it's like a de-stress, or like I like to people watch. just go to Union Square and just
not in
like
a creepy way, right?
Not in a creepy way. That did sound bad. Just go to Union Square and like sit down and just like relax. Same idea.
What about you, Quentin?
For me to de-stress, I don't know. I like being alone to de-stress, you know what I'm saying? It just slows life down. Like,
it does.
You don't have to worry about other people, what they want, what they need, what they're looking for. It's just you, what you want to get out of life, and you can just do what you want to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to piggyback on that, I noticed that whenever I drop my phone away, life just gets a little bit better. I don't know why.
It does, because like, once you drop that phone out your life, you're not worrying about who texts you, what's new on the internet, what's popping here. Like, you're focused on being where you're at and making the most out of it.
Perfect, man.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you again. We appreciate you for being here.
Yes, sir. That
we
story,
really do.
hopefully that story motivated most of y'all out there to slow down in life. And if you're still going too fast, make sure you put some deodorant or perfume on, because you don't want to be smelly. Fast movement equals smelly fumes. Speaking of good fumes, though, Mila got a package on perfume, so why don't we take a look at that?
Not many people notice about me, but I am a collector of fragrances and collect different scents from all around the world. Every bottle can be used for special occasions depending on my mood. Here are my top 3 favorites. Many of these perfumes were special gifts given to me from loved ones. My first choice is this Coco Chanel No. 5. It was gifted by my aunt. She picked it for me because she knows how much I love rose scents, and it never fails to give me that elegant scent. This bottle came as a set with the No. 5 lotion as well. I absolutely love the scent. My second favorite, which was also given by the same aunt, is the Prada Candy, which is my second favorite perfume. She said it reminds her of how much I love a warm, good perfume. Warm meaning not too strong, not too light, but just right. I always get compliments when I wear it. My third favorite is the Carolina Herrera Good Girl Blush. It is a scent that is like the perfect rose and peonies combined in one bottle. And the reason I love it is because the shoe hero just gave it away from me, honestly, when I was traveling in Thailand. And I instantly bought it on the spot. But if I had to pick just one, it will have to be Chanel. The scent is so unique and it's the perfect year-round favorite and just can't be compared to any other perfume.
The more and more you know about perfume. We have Mila here with us today in the studio. We're happy to have you. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Learning more about perfume here. What is your favorite, either brand or scent or any? What's your favorite?
I would say anything floral or warm. I really like.
Warm?
Yeah, warm.
Define warm. What do you mean warm?
Like warm is like very kind
Like-
of sweet.
Like summer,
Okay,
summer
okay.
smells.
Yeah,
okay.
basically, yeah.
Come on now.
I don't know.
that.
I didn't know you could. All right. Yeah, I
Summer
like it. I
smell.
like it. I like summer smell. Warm. Nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I was seeing a couple of them up there, and I know them, but it's only because like perfume. Call me crazy. Perfume sometimes smell better than cologne. You know what
Cologne
I'm saying?
be too strong sometimes.
Sometimes it just
like
be
it's
too
like
strong.
way too strong
It's
actually.
like bow.
Hits you in the face. Yeah.
Just
Wait, like
bow.
bow.
Like smells, just a lot of them.
Boom.
Bow. Like
One spray in the face. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
But-
Too much.
I appreciate you for making that little story about
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the perfumes you had. You might have put some people on to some new stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you. And
Yeah,
I
we
appreciate
do.
you for joining the
Yeah,
show.
appreciate you for
normally,
joining.
For those of y'all that don't know, normally she on Zoom,
Mhm.
but she here in person today.
So it's great to have her in the studio
Yeah.
for our
Thank you
last
for having
show.
me today.
Yes.
Of course,
it's
of
great.
course. Speaking about all these smells, it got me thinking about senses, and then realized I'm hungry.
I would agree.
You hungry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's a lunch break
Well,
time.
let's go take a little look at some Nigerian food that EB presented for us in a little story.
In Nigeria, Mama Put isn't just a place, it's a cultural icon. Named after the traditional motherly figure who cooks and serves, Mama Put refers to roadside food vendors offering hearty, home-cooked meals, from jollof rice and fly plantains to pounded yam with rich stews. These casual eateries are known for their delicious, affordable, and comforting dishes. Whether it's quick lunch or a late-night bite, Mama Put is where the heart of Nigerian cuisine comes alive. Straight from the pot to your plate.
I don't know, you will not know another person's mind. But the way I feel, some people, when they come here, when they are eating, they will be discussing, they will be saying, this one is cheaper than eatery. So we like Mama Put than eatery because it's cheaper. At least you can get rice of 100 naira. You can get rice of 150. You can get beans of 50 naira. Meat, 50 naira. Plantain. But if it is in eatery, you can't get it like that. That place has from 1,000, 1,500, that they can't afford the money. So they prefer Mama Put than eatery.
The main factor that differentiates Mama Put from eateries and restaurants is mainly the price. The food quality is the same, but for some reason the Mama Puts are cheaper.
People prefer patronizing us than the big eateries because our own food is more lesser and it's cheaper for average Nigerian. Compared to the big eateries, if you don't have much like 1,500, 2,500, you cannot eat there. But like here, with 200 naira, 500 naira, you can still be satisfied. So it's more preferable than the other big eateries.
Even celebrities eat at Mama Puts. It's very convenient. The taste, you cannot find it anywhere else. Let's hear from someone who eats from Mama Put as she explains why she does so.
I think Mama Put has kind of been a saving grace to most Nigerians because most people doesn't have time to cook and most people doesn't even have enough cash to go buy food stuff, so they prefer buying the Mama Put. And also people working again. also prefers Mama Put. It depends on where you're working.
Mama Put vendors stay being successful. Their food is that good and their prices are unbeatable, as we've heard from one of their customers. I'm Ibikune Doro Yekonde with The Night Show. Moving to America from Nigeria, there's a lot of things that I don't have here. Mama Put is definitely one of them. Alexis and Quentin, do you guys ever miss food from where you're from?
That's more of like a you question, I think. I could get
Yeah.
anything anywhere.
Hi, I'm the foreign one. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I miss food from Germany all the time. Like, it's nothing like that home cooked food. Like, it just doesn't compare.
It really doesn't. Talking about food, I think it's time for a little snack break. Thank you, EB. We really appreciate that video, and we'll be right back after this break.
Day and night, the lonely loner seems to free his mind at night, at night.
That'll be 6455. You can insert your card when you're ready. I think you took it out just a little fast. Reinsert it and wait till it beeps. Oh, that one was a little slow.
You said wait for the beep.
There are two beeps. There's a beep, and then you're gonna wait for a beep. It's a little, you hear the difference? Try putting it in flat, like you're landing a plane. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. Take it out. 3.
Aliens.
Dorito. Yeah.
Welcome back to Day and Night. If you're just now joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Lazarus Lee. And if you missed it, they were just showing some delicious food from Nigeria, like jollof rice and all types of things. But there's some local things that you can possibly check out. But let's head to Traylon and see if he can possibly lead us to the right direction.
Aliens.
Have you ever been sitting in bed, starving?
I know that San Francisco has many gyms and jewels that you can go visit, but one of my favorite things to do is eat really good food. And my favorite place to go is a place called Pearl's Deluxe Burgers. They have a variety of good burgers, fries, and even milkshakes if you like them. But let's check out what my favorite thing to get from Pearl's Burgers is.
Have you ever been sitting in bed, starving, but didn't know what to eat? I have just the place for you. Located on the corner of Jones and Post Street is the best burger spot in San Francisco. Pearl's Deluxe Burgers. They have a variety of food to choose from that will be sure to fill you up. But what they are most known for is their famous bacon cheeseburgers with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and their special pearl sauce to go with it. And you can't forget the fries on the side. If you're ever hungry and looking for a spectacular meal, I would recommend a Pearl's Burger. You won't be disappointed.
Man, watching that story is making me hungry all over again. But that's not the only thing that's fascinating about what's in SF. Alcatraz Island is a place that I would definitely recommend going to see while you're out here. Let's take a look at what makes Alcatraz so fascinating.
San Francisco is such a vibrant city with a unique blend of culture, history, and stunning views. Since I've been here, I've had a chance to visit some incredible areas that makes this city a special place to visit. One of my favorite sites is Alcatraz Island. Visiting Alcatraz is a fascinating experience where you will be able to learn the intriguing history of the infamous prison. When you first arrive, the haunted atmosphere begins to settle in with the old historic building and rugged landscape. The best part of the Alcatraz experience is the self-guided auto tour, where you hear stories from former inmates and guards as you walk through the cell blocks of the prison. The prison was known for its strict conditions and was considered inescapable due to its isolated location in San Francisco Bay, but was eventually closed due to high maintenance costs and deteriorating facilities. Being able to explore the entire island and embrace the daily struggles of the inmates is an exciting experience, and I would recommend Alcatraz as a must-see tourist attraction during your San Francisco experience. Well, that's some of the things that I like to do out here in San Francisco. But let's take a look at the studio to see what they like to do out here.
You see, I can't get over the song that he chose. It's very,
Very
inspirational.
Very
I love-
motivational.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
love
might
the
go
songs he
go to
chose.
Alcatraz and get a burger right after
Just
this.
because of that song. Like,
was
it
a
sold
great
me.
choice.
Like, it was the song.
It was.
It sold me.
Also, I want to go to Alcatraz because that's the same map that they use to do for Call of Duty. It's the map we playing on Call of Duty. I don't know if you was watching the video or not. I was. Same
Call of
layout,
Duty.
same everything.
I don't know much about Call of Duty, so I wouldn't know.
Well, let me tell you about another place you don't know much about.
I'm ready for it.
Brahma, Germany. That's where I went like 2 weeks ago. And when I left you high and dry to host by yourself.
Yep.
It's okay though.
That's what he does best.
I'm back with a story about it. So let's go take a look at that. Brahma. A small village in Schleswig-Holstein, Germany, has a rich history that dates back to medieval times. The area was primarily agricultural, reflecting the rural lifestyle of its inhabitants. Over the centuries, Brahma has maintained its charm with traditional half-timbered houses and picturesque landscapes. The village is also known for its close-knit community and local traditions, which have been preserved through generations. As part of a larger Schleswig-Holstein region, Brahma has experienced various historical influences, including Danish and German rule, which have shaped its cultural identity. Today, it remains a peaceful place attracting visitors who appreciate its historical significance and natural beauty. But this wasn't a trip for visitors. This was a trip for family. This was when my family came to visit my grandma, and while we were here, we just reminisced on the times that we had. This is the Germany I grew up in, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
Erstmal moin. Warum wohne ich gerne in Brahma? Weil es ja einfach cool ist. Coole Nachbarschaft, schöne Natur und ich liebe es, das zu haben, was ihr hier jetzt seht.
What an it's actually very pretty. I've never even really seen Germany. So.
Yeah, Germany is nothing like the States, but
Nothing
everything
like it
like
all.
the States at the same time, if that makes sense.
Explain.
Like you got all the shopping, the food, the living, it's all there.
Yeah.
All the community, it's all there. It's just better and everybody get along. And also you don't have like a lot of homelessness and trash and
No, it looks very pretty.
It's
Very, very
very
pretty.
nice.
Very, very
Very-
nice. What's your favorite thing to do when you're there? Or like your favorite place maybe, or anything like that.
Just everything.
Everything.
It's whatever you do out there. It's just always a vibe.
It's always better.
Everybody is interactive. You always having a good time. No matter if you go somewhere and you just met these people for the first time, like it's good. But
it looks nice.
Let's go over to Chris in the green room. See what he got to say.
I start every day with a coffee, so I've got a story on the Birdcage, a coffee shop in San Francisco.
On the corner of Sutter and Jones stands a sanctuary for both coffee lovers and those in need of a haircut. I spoke to Shantae Moore, one of the owners of the Birdcage and Habitat Hair Salon, to find out more about this unique waiting area.
So my name is Shantae Moore. I'm one of the owners of the Birdcage and Habitat Hair Salon next door. We opened Habitat in 2020 and Birdcage in 2023. We basically use the Birdcage as our waiting room for our customers, but also a public space for the community, serving coffee and tea during the day, and we carry various retail items and also support local artists with various art shows throughout the year. So for our art submissions, we're an open book. We like people to apply online via Instagram or our website. We always are open to carrying any retail items such as prints, shirts. We work on collaborations with artists. And then everything pretty much in the store is either local or we have personally met with the person. I think what makes our space unique is the retail aspect, having local artists, show periodically throughout the year. And also we don't use regular milk. We only use oat milk, so sometimes that's either something someone loves or doesn't love. So my favorite drink, as of right now, is our pumpkin spice latte that we make in-house, iced. Comes with a cold foam on top. It's freaking delicious. And I would pair that with our chocolate twist. You can't go wrong.
Find yourself on Sutter and craving a coffee? The Birdcage is a no-brainer. Chris Stokes with The Night Show.
The Birdcage is open 7 days a week, so if you're ever on Sutter Street, make sure to get down there and get a coffee. We'll be back after the commercial.
Day and night, the lonely loner seems to free his mind at night, at night.
Welcome back to Day and Night. We've had a good show so far, and we still have a few more good stories, so get ready.
Get ready.
Some good stuff coming.
Oh God, get ready. Go get you a drink that Stokes was talking about, a coffee or whatever.
Coffee.
Whatever type of drink you want to
Get some food. We've been talking about food, drink. Get ready.
Get ready.
Get some food and a drink.
Speaking of get ready, it's the weekend, and it's almost time to get teed. But before we do that, let's talk about a different way to get teed with some softball or baseball.
T-ball season kicking off with new names, new jerseys, and a lot of stretching. The boys are warming up, getting ready to take the field. Our Dirt Devils hit the field, cones in place to keep the chaos contained. But once the ball's in play, all plans are off. No matter where it lands, every kid rushes in like it's the World Series. It's pure comedy, and it never gets old. Now it's the Dirt Devils' turn at bat, and there's Bo heading for home. Waiting for him, his cousin, Little G, ready with a big ol' hug. Now G hits, and on his way to third, he tosses in a little 360 spin, like he's making sure everyone sees his move. First hit, first run, a whole lot of style. So no winners, no losers, just learning the game. And always ending with a good game cheer.
2, 3. Good game, Dodgers! Well, good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. You ready to go get some In-N-Out? All right, let's do it.
After the game, it's all about in and out. This is going to be a fun
How was
season.
your game? Good. Did you have fun? Yeah. What was the best thing you liked about your game?
Dirt Devils.
Dirt Devils? Did you like hitting?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about it?
So I just
Thank you, Gary, for that package. That was great. Learned a little bit more about T-ball.
Sure did.
Yeah. What, Gary, is the most like rewarding thing about coaching or being a part of like this little group of kids?
Well, Alexis, I imagine this isn't as organized as your softball games. I was a little reluctant at becoming a coach in this, but it's probably one of the most rewarding things I've done. If you saw at the very end, you had my little boy, whatever he did, he needed to make sure he did about a 720 on the field. I would just say the most rewarding thing is seeing these little boys and little girls just kind of teaching them sportsmanship and watching them bond and just being little kids and trying to sneak all that in before nap time and snack time. Because it's definitely different working with kids.
Yeah, for sure. But it's very cute. I loved it. I loved being around like the little kids and them learning how to do things and
Yeah, for sure. And it's also, like Gary was saying, it's also a good time to teach them about life while doing something they like.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you guys are all right with that, I think we can maybe shift gears. Staying right here in Las Vegas, Lazarus has a little reminder for all of us. Don't get caught driving dirty.
Do you know what today is? It's time to clean that dirty car. So just come follow me. It's warming up out here, and you know that mean more folks outside. So you don't want to be caught outside with that dirty car. I can't speak for all black folks, but where I come from, we always choose the middle option because we feel like that's where we get the best bang for our buck. So you know I had to go with that All Love 22 special. I don't know about my other colleagues, but going through the car wash as a kid was like my first experience on a roller coaster or going to the fair. Straight adrenaline and excitement. Man, this sense of nostalgia hits me every time. But we here to get this car washed. We ain't here to reminisce. My brother just had to let y'all know because I still like it low key. Ooh-wee! Look at old Reliable coming through all clean in this sunny weather. Now we just got to get the inside just as clean as the outside, and she'll be ready to hit the streets. Until then, it's time for a little manual labor. And make sure you don't forget to cut your some tires. Now you can't tell me this don't look a lot better. I don't care if you drive a Lamborghini or an old Beetle. You feel a lot better getting to a clean wheel. Mean as a whistle. To avoid a quick visit back to the car wash, park in the garage or under an overhang.
Hey, Laz, I absolutely enjoyed that. But there's one thing, it reminded me of a time I tried to do something really nice for my wife. I surprised her by taking her car to get a car wash, right? And as we're going through the tunnel, she has this fancy car with a moonroof. And I'm like, wait a minute, I need to make sure this is closed, right? Well, I ended up pressing the wrong button, ended up opening it, and then I panicked trying to press all the buttons to get it closed. Well, I kind of got it closed, but the inside of the car got washed too, with me as well with it. So I'm just wondering, have you ever just thought about pressing a button when you go through? You ever had an experience like that?
See, I wouldn't consider myself a bad kid growing up, but I was the one that kind of see what I can get away with. So that idea of trying to edge up in the back seat, because on the driver's side you got all those extra, you can roll down all the windows. So if my sister's on the other side, I try to sneak my hand and roll down the window so some of that water can get on her. And then I'll just play like nothing happened. So absolutely, I'm a jokester and a prankster in that manner. So, but I definitely get it. Every time you try to do something nice, it just seems to backfire some way.
Well, she ended up getting a really detailed car.
Absolutely. But we talked about something a little earlier, and I'm going to ask Josh because I knew that sports getting canceled kind of affected him as well. So, Josh, could you tell us a little bit about your experience at AU? And I know we just talking about the car wash, but I just really wanted to hear what you had to say about the program possibly closing.
Yeah, it was kind of like stated in the beginning of the show. It was kind of a surprise. Um, like we just got pulled out. We were at a meet, and usually when people are warming up for the meet, it's like, okay, go ahead and let them warm up. But my coach was like, hey, everyone meet by the scoreboard. Like if you're warming up too, like everyone come over. So we were like, okay, that's kind of odd. And everyone came over, and then he just broke the news to us, basically saying he's like a director in the NCAA too, so he's pretty powerful. And when he said he had no say in what was going on, we knew that it was out of everybody's control. It was just a situation. The president of the school just didn't fit for it. So yeah.
I got you. So what exactly did you do? What sport did you participate in? And what are you going to do moving forward, knowing that okay, you kind of expected to do one thing for a certain period of time, or I don't know if you're graduating. Just let us know a little insight on that.
Yeah, it's track and field. I run the hurdles. As for what I'm doing after, I'm not entirely sure. I am technically graduating. I have 2 summer classes I'm going to go ahead and finish out, and then once we finish that, the job market is a little iffy right now. I know I have some, like you said, some fellow brothers in the military. That's always an option. But yeah, no, I'm just kind of just job searching at the moment.
Well, don't tell him I'm having you ask him this, but go ahead and ask Gary what options would he take from going enlisted or going as an officer since you already have the education.
Yeah, Gary, what would you choose in those situations?
Well, having been a recruiter, I say every branch it's different. It depends on what you want to do. But with you coming out with the degree, hands down going as an officer, there's so many things that come with it. You also have an option to start off enlisted, but as a higher rank. But if you do decide to do it, it doesn't matter whether it's Army, Air Force, Navy.
Air Force.
Look into the jobs that you want to do, and then every branch specifies on that, and then go after it. And I could see you doing well. So, but best of luck to you, buddy.
Yeah,
you're gonna do good things.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. And like he said, you do have some brothers in ours. And so if you need to know a little bit more information on the Air Force, he's your Army guy. And Anwar, he was in the Air Force as well. So you got some connects if you need any answers. But let's take it back to the studio and see what they got to say. And thanks from all of us.
And as y'all can see, the whole crew here.
All of our behind the cameras, all of our heart, all
Yeah,
here.
we all here. How you feel being your last show?
It's great. I feel great.
One more.
We're graduating. We're done. We're done.
that's
Are you
facts.
graduating? You're graduating?
I am graduating.
Most of us are.
They don't even know me.
Say your name.
I don't have a name.
All right. What's your name?
Isaiah.
Are you graduating?
I am.
Graduating?
And then over here we got
Anwar, yes, graduating.
Chris graduated.
Taj graduating.
And then we got Q, not graduating. Yes, sir. I still got
Not
4 classes
graduating.
left. I'm gonna make it work though. Don't worry, Mom, Dad, I got y'all.
He'll
I'ma make it
graduate
work.
eventually. Eventually.
Eventually.
He'll graduate.
I'm gonna get it.
You gonna get it.
But as a cast, as a studio, as hosts, story makers, all that, we appreciate y'all for watching.
We thank you.
Tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. And like I always say, hey, Squidward.
I cannot.
We're
Yeah,
gonna leave
get
it
your
up to
back.
y'all to tune in to the next year's class. But for now, all love and y'all have a good time.
It seems the feelings that she had her through. Cause day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. all. Day and night, the lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night.
A lot of chaos, but you guys all pulled it off. Oh wait, why am I?